Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Airfell playing Magical Bringer Corona, the movie. Last time we finished out Act 3, so this time we are going to finish out Act 3. More specifically, the last time we went off the canonical playthrough where Corona confronted Beast Cromm. This time we're going through the alternate playthrough where Corona runs off and ends up fighting Nyal, which of course changes things here. This is just after they were interrupted by the noises from the cell deeper into the hallway, and this is where the branch happens. On the other path, Nyal barges in to get away from what's going on out there, and this path, not so much. Can I have that back for a bit? I'll go take a look. As you may recall, Subaru had just handed over her Pleiades system headband to Belith for the tweaking, but that's going to have to wait. Sure. Be careful. I'll be fine, Belith-chan. Don't leave the room. There are cells, all right. That noise came from here. And of course, we know who this is. Subaru, not so much. What? A monster? How did a monster make it into the castle? It's too cramped here to fight. I need to get out in the open. And this is basically what Korona ends up doing if she confronts Beast Cromm. So, of course, this will turn out much the same. Phew, this should be far enough. There you are, monster. You'll have to face me. Let the thunder of justice drive you back to the forest. Of course, this is no monster in the way she's thinking, and didn't come from the forest in the first place, but again, she has no idea. Cromm looks rather different. And of course, Pleia doesn't have the benefit of being able to hear the music, which is rather distinctive. Anyway, as I mentioned on the Korona part of the playthrough, this is the more difficult of the two battles. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, but we do have to worry about her fierce on her attacks, which means if you don't perfect guard, you do take some damage. Not a lot, but it can add up. And I think Pleia's lower defense does hinder her here, in that the damage that breaks through is a percentage of what she would have taken without blocking, which means it is more than it would be for Korona. So as usual, we'll be relying largely on Pleia's higher speed and more powerful relative to her normal attacks specials. The other thing we have to worry out, of course, is the Brionac special attack. There. Perfect guard at the ender. That was the part I was most concerned with. Because again, the piercing damage is proportional to the unblocked damage. So the more damaging the attack is, the more important it is to perfect guard. Okay, we're up to level 1 charge. And here's her special attack. Skip the intro as usual. And that was a good chunk of damage. This is still going to take a little while. Not as much as endgame battles, of course, but It's hardly free. So far, so good. Yes, and Beast Cromm also has a higher defense than Beast Nyal, which means, especially with Pleia's lower attack relative to Korona, this is going to take longer to finish. In any case, we'll have another special coming up, and then Quick Burst. Okay, she's not doing Brianak yet. The less I see that, the better. Okay. That guitar. It's a very nice electric guitar going on in this. Almost sounds like howling, which of course is the point. That immediately. Okay, she's down probably about halfway. And another random special. That's always nice, especially with Pleia. Because, as I mentioned, each hit of her special attacks do more damage than each hit of her regular attacks. Okay, here comes Brianak. It's going to be fairly chaotic. I'm not sure exactly how chaotic, but chaotic enough regardless. That creepy, bloody glowing claw. Oh. Okay then. I was expecting that to go worse, but apparently my reflexes are up to the task for now. Or hand-eye coordination. Whichever. It was fully blocked, and that's what matters. Okay, we'll have another Thunder Discharge coming up shortly. Yeah, I tried to say Thunder and Voltic at the same time, and no. Thundic is not a word. Let's get this on. Pile on the damage. And another one will not be enough to finish her off, so there is no point in using Quick Burst now. Or at least not much point. You get to the next attack sooner than be cheating out of the possibility of... Yep, cheating ourselves out of the possibility of getting another random special. And it would take a little while to work back to level 1. Okay, just a regular attack. I think she's at 8 bars of health. There are individual bars, but it's a little hard to make them out because they're not that distinct. Just enough to give the health bar a bit of texture. Looks like it's down to 6 now, so a few more attacks. Although it looks like we're almost back to level 2 now. Excellent. Actually, She's low enough that Voltic Blade plus a normal attack is probably going to finish this off. And maybe not even need the normal attack. But we will. But yeah, she's down to no visible health. So 8 hits is more than enough. And there we go. That's beaten with no undue fuss. And it feels pretty good. I think I remember struggling more with Korona. Of course, it could just be because I'm more in practice now. In any case. That was a strong opponent. The black wolf-like monster was down by my feet, frothing. The shocks I used were strong enough that it shouldn't gay up for a while. But the situation was on a razor's edge before I finally prevailed. This is my limit. I'm not sure I can ever overtake her if I struggle so much at this point. It's just not good enough. I need to get stronger. And so Act 3 on this path concludes much the way as it does if you fight Nyal, with Subaru / Pleia concluding that I really do need more strength. Regardless, this has been Arafellin playing Magical Bringer Korona the movie. Come back next time for some Act 3 outtakes, and then we will move on to Act 4, where things really start to take an interesting turn, although not too much until towards the end of it. Hope to see you then.